I said at this point, I don't think anybody learned anything. Ridge and them didn't learn. Steffi didn't learn. Hope, Brooke, Carter, none of them learned. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review with Life of Chess for the Bold and Beautiful March 19, 2025. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know your thoughts on today's episode down below. I said nobody learned nothing. Nobody learned nothing. I said, okay, the last time this happened, Steffi was talking to, she was the one, right? Wasn't she the one that fired Hope to begin with? Now, y'all know what I said. I said, everybody got to go. I fired everybody. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, technically, Brooke didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong technically, so she could stay. But I get rid of Carter and Hope, too. I said, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. But yeah, I said nobody learned nothing because, one, we're going to start with Steffi. So, she ends up doing all the talking once again. Once again, she's doing all the talking. And I said, they ain't learned nothing. They're just standing there, and they keep looking at each other, Eric looking at Ridge looking at Eric. And I was like, okay, if you want to say something, say something. And I was hoping that at least if they going to say anything, hold on, what's it? Oh, somebody sent me a message. I was hoping that Ridge and Eric, telling Hope about herself or saying how they felt or something. But Steffi mainly did all the talking once again. Remember last time she the one to cause? I keep saying that. She partially was the one responsible for all this to begin with. So I was hoping that Ridge and them ended up interrupting her to say something. Because at first, what I seen, because I think I missed a part. Wasn't it first they were saying how they didn't agree with that. They made a deal with Carter or whatever. I think that's the part where it cut off. After that, I didn't see the next part. Next part they showed, I think, Brooke and them was going in the office. They was talking, then they went in the office or whatever, and that's when they had the big meeting. We might as well get Zendaya and Daphne out the way, then we're going to come back. So Zendaya and Daphne was just talking about everything that happened, about how it feels good to have Forrester back to normal and, Ridge and them being back, and how they heard that it's a big meeting going down. And they were just talking about who they think gonna get fired and who not. They was, look, they knew Hope was out of there. But yeah, Zendaya and Daphne was just talking about the big meeting and who gonna get fired. And I think she said something about she thinks that Carter deserves better than Hope. Then at the end of the episode, they showed the preview for next week's episode. And I was like, wait a minute now. I was like, what's today? I had to think about it. Then I was like, oh, I did see that they said that it was gonna be preempted or whatever. I don't know if it's sports or what, but yeah, if you didn't know, they not airing The Bold and Beautiful for the rest of the week. Do that mean Beyond the Gates ain't airing as well? Probably so, because I think it came on the same channel. But General Hospital, I gotta look it up. I think it's still gonna air, but we'll see. But yeah, that's all that happened with Daphne and Zendaya. Next week's episode, I think they showed Daphne. She's talking to Steffi, I think. I want to say she was talking to Steffi, saying how they can't find out. Carter can never know about her plan. I said, he gonna find out. He gonna find out. He gonna be upset. And Hope gonna be the one to snitch. She's gonna be the one to tell, more than likely, but we'll see. Steffi, Ridge, Eric, Carter, Hope, Brooke. So with Steffi, Ridge, and Eric, Steffi was saying how she wants to know if Carter, Hope, and Brooke getting fired. And she just sit up there and before they got in the office, we're going to talk about that first. Then we're going to talk about that. And that's why I said nobody learned nothing. Y'all ain't supposed to just sit there and let her belittle folks like this. Now I understand you're going to feel some type of way because what they did was wrong or whatever. But at the same time, she said, once again, it's not personal, it's business or whatever. I said, once again, it is personal. But I understand because all y'all be gone. All y'all be gone. But yeah, they were just talking about their fate, and that's the part where I said it cut off. Because they were saying how they made a promise to Carter about his word and everything. Not his word, I said that wrong. They made a promise to Carter. That was the deal, that he would get a company back if Hope for the Future was still safe. And she was like, basically, he betrayed us, so why should we not betray him or keep our words to him? And I said, you know what? She got a point right there, because why? Why? They talking about it's good to have a friend back and all this other stuff, but your friend backstabbed you. They be over here talking like that's ain't grand. They still over here trying to place all the blame on Hope. They still trying to place all the blame on her. It looked like Brooke finally telling Hope about herself. I said, too little, too late. He done moved on now. Talking about saying, until you take it. What she said on next week's episode, until you take accountability or whatever, she don't feel sorry for her. Girl, and we don't feel sorry for you. Because at this point, this is what he wanted to begin with. And now you finally giving her what she should have been had. And another thing I said, I understand. Once again, I think Steffi was basically saying Hope the only one that don't feel remorseful. They see that Carter regretted what he did. I said, you got a point. Because they was over here. Might as well get them out the way, too, and then join them at the end of the review or whatever. Carter, Hope, Brooke was just talking about what Carter did. Hope still feels some type of way about what he did. And she was like, What make you think you could trust them? And I said, you know what, you got a point too. Because why would I keep my word to you? You are already, and people, that's how people get you right there, y'all. That's how they get you. They'll be like, yeah, I know I don't double crossed you or betrayed you or whatever, but you know, you ain't got to do that same thing because you're not like me. That's a form of manipulation. That's a form of manipulation right there. But Carter was just trying to tell Hope that they promised me, and all this other stuff. We made a deal. That was the deal. And she was like, but what about Steffi? Steffi definitely not gonna let it go. And she didn't. She ain't let nothing go. I was hoping that they was just playing or something. Look, I was conflicted. Y'all know I'm always conflicted. Because on one hand, I was like, oh, y'all be gone. Except Brooke. Everybody be gone except Brooke because she was trying to do the right thing. She definitely was. Now then they want to sit up here and tell it. It's too late now. He gonna tell that's what I forgot. He gonna tell Daphne about Brooke's plan, and then Daphne talking about something. That's what she said. I was like, girl, you don't know these folks. You don't know these folks be speaking on them. But yeah, he want to speak on it. Now I do think on one episode he did try to say something, but not too much. Not too much. They didn't believe her. They did not believe her. But yeah, what else happened? Just Hope was saying how she don't think Steffi gonna go for it, and they were just saying, I think Brooke ends up telling Carter he did the right thing, but Hope didn't think so, and I said she was right. I thought she was gonna look at Carter and say, see, I told you. I think the last thing before they went in the office, I think Brooke and Carter both agreed that they weren't gonna be fired. I said, well, Hope is. Hope is. And then, like I said, they went into the office or whatever. And that's when they was asking, you know, their fate and everything. You just knew from the get-go Hope was out of there. So first, Steffi was doing all the talking. She was doing all the talking. I think Eric and them did say how they still feel some type of way. I think Steffi started out saying how what Carter did was wrong, and although she don't agree with what he did, you know, he still has a place there. She then starts to belittle Brooke and talk to Brooke or whatever, and she finally says that you have a place here. And then Hope was like, what about me? I said, and even in that, you could tell she don't regret nothing. She don't regret nothing. So Steffi started going in on her. What she told her, she just insulted her. Then talking about some, it's not personal, it's business-wise or something like that. And Eric and Ridge just sitting there. I think, who was that? Was it Hope or was it Carter? Somebody said, you made an agreement. It had to be Hope, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Hope. Because I think she said, the founder and the co-CEO made a deal with Carter and all this other stuff. And she was like, it was a deal that I wasn't present for, and I'm the co-CEO. And I said, but that still mean that you can't make these decisions by yourself. But at the same time, like I said, it cut off, so I may have missed something. Because I could have sworn they were saying at first how they made an agreement. But I think I missed a lot. I ain't gonna say a lot, but I definitely missed some of it. But y'all let me know down below what else happened. Did they eventually agree to it, or is Steffi just doing what she did last time? Remember last time she kept saying my father agrees with me and all this other stuff, and Ridge kept making the same faces. And on today's episode, Ridge and Eric kept looking at each other, and you could tell that they didn't agree. But they ain't gonna say nothing. I was hoping that they said something. She belittled Brooke. She sitting up here talking about Brooke or whatever. She ain't even the one responsible. What she did wrong is she sit up here and made excuses. Somebody, I understand why they took the company. Girl, that ain't something you say to your dude. I said you did the right thing by telling him immediately, but you messed up when you said that. Then you messed up when you wouldn't put her out. Now you over here talking about something. Until you take a responsibility or whatever, I can't feel sorry for you. You already did. But Steffi ends up saying how she's gonna give Carter another chance. I think I said that part. Then she ends up telling Hope that hope for the future is being shelved. I said once again, like, I'm assuming they can't replace her or something like that. That's why they keep shelving the doggone line. I said at this point, just go start another company. I also wanted to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about the end of the episode where Hope was telling Carter to come on, and then they end up telling him, look, I don't skip that part. They end up telling him that if he walks out, they forgave him once. If he walks out, it's over with. I don't think he gonna walk out. Because Hope gonna be over here crying. But Hope was just saying all the things that Carter has accomplished, and since they've been gone and all this other stuff. And Steffi was like, this is a family company. And whatever. And then she starts to talk about how, Rick is her brother, right? Rick is her brother and Bridget is her brother. I mean, shoot. Bridget, them her siblings. We just gonna say that. Lord have mercy. No, my siblings, right? Because she was telling Eric, because they said that they're not family and stuff like that, and she brings up them. Then she was like, she was Reed's stepdaughter for years, and she was like, but you're not his daughter. But you're not his daughter. And nobody, that's why I said once again, nobody learned nothing, because Brooke was like, you can't just do that when they said they was going to shelf a line. Card over here defending her and stuff like this. Now, the name calling, of course, she's supposed to defend him and stuff like that. But everything else, like, what y'all did was wrong. What you thought this was? You thought it was sweet? You thought it was sweet? But, what else? Yeah, they didn't learn nothing. Brooke still defending her. I wonder if she gonna walk out with her. Cause they showed them, look like they back at Brooke house, and that's when she telling her about herself, and she's crying. They both crying. I said, I know you ain't walk out with this lady. I know you ain't walk out with her. You already done lost your man. You done lose your job too. I said, no, she didn't walk out with this lady. But they told her basically she was fired. She not coming back. She ain't never coming back. So then she was like, okay, fine. She was like, come on, Carter, or whatever. We are a team. Come on, Carter. And then she still gonna be telling him the same thing on next week's episode. And he said, shoot, I just got my job back. He said, who? He's like, who? Carter, who? The look on his face. Then they end up telling him, if you walk out that door, we already forgave you once. If you walk out the door, basically they ain't gonna do it again. I was like, man, I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. But that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, do have a great rest of the day. Be safe.